and then I guess we'll play it, but I
Right.
kind of wanted to play it before we start, so I don't look as foolish as I'm going to.
As maybe as we're gearing up, I mean, it really is easy to pick up and play and get a sense for it.
It is.
So,
But I if you can't play golf in real life, can you?
but there's baseball, there's
Yeah, we did
tennis.
baseball.
Tennis is really easy to pick up and play. I mean, literally, you wave the controller like that, and the activity happens. It's pretty straightforward.
What else should I ask you?
What else should you ask me? You could ask me about our confidence in our amount of product at retail, which we feel very confident about in terms of 4 million by the end of this calendar year. You can.
You do have speed, Gigi.
Okay, so. Yeah, you know what? They want the questions too.
And we're rocking and rolling again.
Okay, great, thank you. So tell me about the new Wii.
You know, the Wii launches on this Sunday, and it's going to be fantastic. The price point is $250. It includes a game called Wii Sports packed in, but really what makes the system so different is the unique controller. It's motion activated, so when you swing your hand like you're swinging a tennis racket, it happens on the screen. It's easy to pick up and play, and that's part of our overall strategy to bring gaming back to the masses.
It's been more than 10 years since Nintendo was on top. Now it's number 3, back in the days of Super Mario Brothers and Donkey Kong. How is this going to give you the competitive advantage?
You know, what's going to bring us back to the top is first, the accessibility of the system is very broad, very wide. It allows young consumers to get on board, older consumers to get on board. The other part that's going to bring us back is the range of games, because in this industry, it always comes back to the games. We have fantastic first-party product called...
Oops, that would be me.
Oh.
Now I'm ruining the entire thing, sorry. I'm usually very good at turning it up.
And we do have speed again.
Okay. How do you think this is going to give you the competitive advantage?
You know, the reason it's going to give us the competitive advantage is, first off, we have innovation on our side with the uniqueness of the remote. Plus, we're getting fantastic support by all of the major publishers in this industry. EA, Activision, Ubisoft, they're all making launch games for us. That's something that we haven't had as much support of in the previous generations, but now they're really in our corner because they see what we're bringing to the marketplace. Additionally, we're executing. We've got fantastic launch games like The Legend of Zelda, and we have all of the legacy product that we have available through the virtual console. So all of those great games will be brought to bear. That's why we're so confident going into this generation.
And it's cheaper. I mean, it's actually significantly cheaper.
You know, it is. And that value, the $250 price point, a game packed in, really is part of our overall business strategy to have everybody playing our types of games. What our competitors are doing are much more exclusive, much more insular to the core gaming demographic, versus we want everybody to be able to pick up and play this platform.
There are some disadvantages as a result. The 3D graphics are not as sophisticated, and there's less software.
You know, in terms of the graphics, there was a great quote by a game reviewer that said, you know what, after 30 seconds you really don't care because of the fun that's inherent in the game, and it's really true. In terms of the software, we actually have more advantages there because we'll be launching with 20 titles when we launch on Sunday. Sony launched, I think, with about 6 titles. When Xbox 360 launched, they had maybe about 10 or 12. So we have a lot of support in our favor, and that's going to continue. Next year in 2007, there's a new Mario game, there's a new Metroid game, there's a new Super Smash Brothers game. So we've got a lot of support in the games category.
Tell me about the motion sensor technology.
Sure. You know, the technology in this little device is fantastic. Literally, you swing the remote and activity happens on the screen. So when you want to play baseball, you literally swing the racket like you're taking a pitch, and the ball goes. If you want to pitch, it's a simple pitching movement. It's all inherent in the technology, and that's why we're so confident going into this generation that we have innovation in our favor.
What's next?
You know, in terms of what's next, what we need to do now is we need to execute. We need to make sure that the product's available at retail all through the holiday season. We feel good about that. We'll have about 4 million units available at retail. We need to continue the software development and make sure that they're great new experiences for consumers. And we need to continue to drive that innovation. And as long as we do that, then Nintendo will succeed.
Are you concerned people might wait to get this till after Christmas and try to get more, products that have less on the market?
You know, in terms of the gotta have it now syndrome, it really is at a fever pitch for the Wii. We'll be doing a launch event this Sunday night or Saturday night into Sunday at the Toys R Us store. We expect 4,000 consumers to line up to get their Wii. So we have no doubt that we'll sell through all of the available inventory. What we need to do is keep the momentum early next year, and that's what I'm focused on right now.
And what kind of marketing are you trying to do to make Nintendo cool to kids again?
You know, we are doing a lot of things, predominantly internet marketing. We launched our advertising a couple nights ago. We had Cartman from South Park talking about the uniqueness of the Wii in one episode. When we launched the advertising, it was placed on YouTube. We've already had almost 1 million views at this point in less than 2 days. So we're going right where that younger demographic is. But Gigi, I have to say, we want that older consumer too. So we're on Dancing with the Stars and a number of other types of programs that really have a broad demographic. That's what we're trying to do out in the marketplace.
And just tell me about the games, or we can actually do that when we're standing up.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'd be interested in is if you could compare a Sony, who you think is going to be the typical Sony Wii, I'm sorry,
the Sony buyer.
Nintendo Wii buyer versus the Sony PlayStation 3 buyer. Because I know that's a unique proposition for you guys. And
Sure.
something that's been thought about a lot.
Sure. So do you want to ask that question or go right into the answer?
I think the answer is fine. Well, actually, maybe we get the question. 'Cause
You
what's the
can
difference between
go.
your audience and Sony's?
Yeah, what's different about our audience is, first, we're going to have this wider demographic. We're going to have moms and dads. We're going to have people who've never picked up a game controller before being on our platform, and that's very different than what our competitors are doing. But in addition, we're going to have that core gamer too. Games like Zelda, games like Metroid, games like Madden will appeal to them. So what's the difference? The difference is that our demographics will be broader, it'll be wider, and there'll be a lot more women playing on our platform as well.
Great. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
So let's see here. Can we?
Not comfortable with it without it in your hand.
Oh, no worries.
It's an extension of him.
It is an extension of my personality now. I've grown a Wii remote in my hand.
We do have speed on this too, shot, Gigi, if you want to do a little talking.
Maybe you
Okay.
can talk about the controller. That'd be.
Yeah,
Cool.
tell us a little bit about it.
You know, what makes it so interesting is, that, as you can see, there's not a lot of buttons. There's no joystick included. Really, your two main buttons are this A button as well as the button on the back. And all of your activity really happens, in this space. So there are games when you're driving a car and you're literally holding it like a steering wheel. There are games that have an attachment that come out here, and that's for more complex games, games that are going to appeal to that gamer audience. So it's very unique, it's very different, and it really is going to be our point of difference out in the marketplace.
Great.
Just a little bit more talk about it, so what's the...
Sure, a little bit more. What else can I say? It's white. It's got these little buttons. It's got this little home button, which is really cute.
We want to cover it.
There's 4 different. You could have 4-player games, and the little lights tell you which controller.
Oh, that's neat.
So first player, second player, etc. So.
Is it easy to switch to baseball or another so we could see all the
Absolutely,
difference? Okay,
absolutely.
cool.
I could probably do it without even looking if it wouldn't cause the camera guys to be
Oh, wait a
wanting to
minute,
go after me.
You gonna change the screen for me?
Well, we're going to do it when we play.
Yeah.
Sure. So want me just to re-answer that question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so what's going to be the difference between our audience and the typical PS3 or Microsoft audience? First, it's going to be broader. We're going to have older consumers who haven't picked up a controller in 15 or 20 years. We're going to have parents. We're going to have grandparents because the controller is so easy to pick up and play. But we're also going to have that core demographic as well, the consumers who love Madden and Metroid and Zelda. And so net, when it's all said and done, we believe our audience will be much broader than the typical audience for Sony or for Microsoft. And that's why we're so confident that we will bring gaming back to the masses.
Great.
Okay.
Reverse?
So let's do the revert.
Yeah, a little hard on you. You have speed anytime.
Nintendo hasn't been on top of the gaming market in more than a decade, since the days of Donkey Kong and Super Mario Brothers. But right now, they are trying to change all that, and we are joined by the CEO of Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé. Thanks for joining us. You're playing to win. how do you think you're going to gain the competitive advantage?
Let me reset. You have speed again, Gigi, for your questions.
The new game is the Wii, and you are playing to win. How do you think you're going to gain the competitive advantage?
We're doing just questions, right?
Yep.
Sometimes if you start the answer, it helps the editor a little.
Okay.
That's
Exactly.
Right. I've been talking for 3 months straight.
How does the game work?
Well, the controller works this way.
And it's a lot less expensive.
Only $250.
And I'll say,
What about the difference
Disadvantage.
between their audience
Right.
and the competitors?
what's the difference between your audience and the competitors? And there are some disadvantages. Tell us about the disadvantages. High resolution graphics are missing, not exactly the same 3D. Let me say that differently. Tell us about the disadvantages, not as much 3D software or 3D high resolution graphics.
High def
Right.
graphics.
And breadth of software was the
I said
other
it right
part
when
of
I
your
asked you the first time. Tell us about the disadvantages, the 3D graphics and the software.
Let's do that once more.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm having trouble with it. Tell us about the disadvantages, the 3D graphics and the software.
Okay. If we want to play a little.
And we're rocking and rolling again.
Tell us about some of the disadvantages. The 3D graphics and the software aren't as good as your competitors. That's more of a question.
Challenge, and we can just move into showing us the
What do you
game.
mean?
Should probably have this in my
Tell me
hand
what do
since
you
it was
mean?
in my
Should
hand
I say
before.
like I challenge you?
So yeah, we've
We should have done that.
we've
on
talked a
the
little bit about the
VideoSource.
business side of this. Let's talk about the fun side of this. Why don't you show me how to do this,
Okay.
or show me how to play.
You okay, Gil? Yep. We have speed.
We've talked about the business side we've talked about the business side of this. What about the fun side? Show me what it's made of.
Well, we do it again so I don't interrupt you.
We've talked about the business side of this. What about the fun side? Show me what it's made of.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and play a little bit right now. You know, this is set up to play golf, and literally what you do is you swing the remote, and then you get a sense as to how far it's going to go. What this is telling us is that we want to get to that little orange diamond over there, and if we do that properly, then it'll go the right way. Then you scoot up, and then you swing.
I think the graphics are good.
So.
Does
What-
it feel like you're actually hitting something? I mean, is that
It does. What you do is there's feedback in the remote, so you actually feel like you've hit something, and there's also a speaker built in, so you'll hear the impact of the ball and the swing. So if you want to go ahead and try it,
I can't play golf, so this is probably.
No worries. We'll
Going
put your
to be
hand
difficult.
through here.
Position.
Let's guys, just a second. I'm gonna get the camera up maybe over Gigi.
So the way you play is literally you hold the remote in your hand, and all of the motion will show up on the screen. Or we go ahead and put the strap on your wrist, hold it in your right hand, and you're going to want to simply do a little bit of a golfing motion. You'll want to have a sense of how hard you're swinging it, and there's a little meter that'll tell you that. So if you just start off and do a couple practice swings, you'll get the motion. The harder you swing, the more it'll.
This is embarrassing. How do we get him over there?
The way you'll get him over there is you press the A, and then he'll get over the ball.
I was
But
better
I'm-
at the baseball one.
My bet is we could get you to hit a hole in one.
Yeah.
If you swing like that.
But he's
and
nowhere
do-
near it.
That's all right, but do a couple practice swings so you get the full motion, the bar going all the way toward the top. That's it. There you
I'm
go.
much better than at real golf.
There you go. Now hit if you press the A button and then do that movement, you'll make it happen. There you go.
Okay, I need.
Cut it together.
Okay.
So Gigi,
And
wanna
you
practice
can
a little?
tell him. Excuse me. You can tell her about the bar and everything.
Sure.
And that would be great.
Sure. So as you swing, you want to get that bar going up to the yellow diamond over there. And the harder you swing, the more the bar will go. There you go.
Oh,
just
I
like
see.
that. There
I
you
can't
go.
get it. Is this? It's all in the wrist.
It's all in the wrist, just like real golf.
No wonder I'm not good at either. Okay.
And then once you're comfortable, you press the big A button, and he will go over the ball, and then do exactly that same motion.
Did I do something wrong?
No, just hit it. Hit the A button, and then leave your finger on the A button as he stays over the ball, and then swing.
Oh, I'm so nervous. This is the real deal, huh?
This is the real deal. Big swing. That's pretty good. It went a little too.
Oh, but I
too
wasn't
strong.
doing it hard. It was too strong?
It was too strong, so that's where you get the red. So you're out of bounds, so you'll get another stroke
I think that's not bad.
to do it all over again. There you go. That's great.
Do you think this would actually do anything to help you with your golf game in real life?
You know, I have to say I'm not much of a golfer, so I can't speak from experience, but it does feel like you're really golfing.
Oh, I'm addicted.
So you want to hit it so that it goes to that third bar,
Let's
and
try
then
it.
you'll be right. That's a little too strong.
Oh,
So you want to make it go to that third bar, and that tells you that you're hitting it the right distance. Just like that. Just like that last one.
too strong?
A little too strong.
This is hard. All right.
And then when you're ready, you press the A button again, and you'll go over the ball, and you keep pressing the A button, and then do that same movement.
Too strong?
A little too strong, but you're on the edge of the green. We'll at least start putting.
I'm going to reposition. Dan,
No, we just need to get a reverse shot of them playing a quick hole.
a little bit of talk wouldn't be bad, would it?
Okay?
Yeah, we'll just do exactly what we were doing. So
Look okay?
let's do a practice swing,
Is it
right?
okay, Dan?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it works the same way when you're putting. So just the wrist movements is what tells you how
Too
far.
strong?
Right. And what you want to do is, again, just have it to be the top part of the bar. So just a little movement. There you go, just like that. And you'll be able to get it.
Oh,
When you're
so hard to
putting-
get it just right.
When you're putting, if anything, you want it to be a little soft versus too long, so you're not going back and forth across the green.
Yep, not a golf winner here. This is pretty much
Just-
what my game in real life looks like.
Exactly. So just a little softer on the.
Can't do it softer. All right, we might just have to go to the real thing.
There you go.
This could take all day.
And then when you're ready, just press A. You'll step over, and you're off to the races.
Maybe now that it's the real thing, I'll do it right.
There you go. That's not too bad. Look at that. Look at
Wow,
that.
that's better than I do in real life.
So 4.5 feet to go. 8 strokes.
I like a positive noise.
Exactly, yes. There's a lot of positive
Reinforcement.
So given how close you are, it's going to be a really soft little motion, and you ought to put it right in the cup. Oh!
Too much mustard. Okay, guys, we need to